Yan, mga kamets. Boom! Mga kamets! Kamusta naman kayo dyan, mga troll ng bayan, mga bayaran, mga ano? Kamusta naman kayo dyan? Salamat naman doon sa mga nakinig sa pre-concert intermission number natin, yung paborito natin kanta na Sarah All. Sarah All. Meron pa akong Beauty and the Beast version pa nung isang araw. Kayo iniisip mo yung isang animation, di ko na sasabihin yan, mahirap na. Alright, sa mga ating mga followers dyan, from Davao, from Cebu, yan, number 4 pa lang Davao sa nakamalaking followers natin, so talagang alagaan natin yan. Number 3 ang Cebu. Buyakasya. Number 2, Manila. 3 in Manila. Pinag-usapan natin kahapon. Nako, gulong-gulong usapan sa Manila. Nako, baka maging opposition pa si Isko at hindi dun sa tamang opposition. Baka mapunta pa sa kung saan. Mahabang usapan yan. Kung tama yung news na narinig ko kanina na ang administration ay mag-adopt ng incumbent mayor ng Manila. So, ang dami natin pwedeng pag-usapan dyan. Naku po. At saka, yun, buyakasya. Pag-usapan din natin, guys, ito yung mga latest developments sa ICC. So, obviously, as you guys know, nandun po tayo sa The Hague, no? Hindi Hague, The Hague, no? Den Haag, sa Netherlands 2 weeks earlier. At na-confirms talaga sa akin na the ICC is talagang pushing for cooperation from the Philippine government. Hindi ko nasasabihin sinong source ko, pero at least all I can say is I have my sources. Alright. At ngayon, we have no less than the Department of Justice and Secretary Remulla also confirming na if ever, papunta na tayo sa exciting part, diba? Exciting not in a sense that, gusto natin ng gulo or gusto natin ng may intervention from an international court. Exciting in a sense na baka finally someone will bring about justice na unfortunately hindi natin makamit based on existing realities on the ground, no? Now, ang dami natin pag-usapan. Before that, mag-shoutout naman tayo dyan kay former Secretary Senador Gregorio Honasan. Kanina, may interview tayo with him about history, about yung mga times na nasa gobyerno siya. And of course, baka yung plano niya. As I said, I'm trying to reach out to different people from different sides, get a sense of history. I'm looking at potentially writing a book about the return of the Marcoses. So I need to talk to people who have been part of history, no? And also, we're trying to also get points of view from people who could be joining the race next year. I think former Senator Gregorio Honasan seems to be interested. There's one slot at least available doon sa administration slot. Maybe he wants to join that. Let's see. Shoutout sa kanya. Also, of course, as I said, guys, ito may plano talaga tayo, guys, na pag-usapan, no? May plano tayo, guys, na medyo magle-legit na tayo, diba? Magle-legit na tayo. So, the good news, guys, is, eto na. Decided na tayo. Thanks to overwhelming support galing sa ating mga minamahal na mga kametas at mga followers natin all around the world. Eto na, guys. Eto na. So officially, eto na, balik na kami ni Mark Gamboa dun sa original plan namin na mag-in-studio na kami. By the way, shoutout din sa Cool Pals. See you guys soon. Eto na, Hey Darian Fit Cool Pals. Okay, this was another tandem in the making at of course inspired by Cool Pals, inspired by others. Inisip ko rin na gagawin din namin version ng Cool Pals for politics. RRM in studio. Yan. So naghanap kami ngayon ng studio. Hopefully medyo malaking studio yung kunin namin para just in case may mga audiences tayo, just in case medyo maraming guests natin. Gusto natin ng bardagulan, 5, 4, 6 na guests, whatever. Siyempre, gusto namin kunin yung medyo mas malaking studio. So, the plans that we had back in the years na hindi natuloy for many reasons. No? As you can see, we made effort. Hindi naman kulang sa effort yung ginawa namin ni Mark Gamboa to come up with our own cool politicos. Ayan. No, we had plans. The Project Pilipinas thing. We tried to also do real talk, etc. But for many reasons, including reasons that I rather not discuss in public, a lot of these projects unfortunately did not come into full fruition. So bumalik kami dun sa comfort zone namin, which is just to do it on Zoom na lang, among others. Well, of course, I still do my studio official, mga more legit ones naman dun sa One News TV5, and also my other projects that I'm doing on the sides. Of course, may new podcast din ako. Ito rin, medyo may production ito with European Parliament discussing ASEAN-Europe relations, The Bridge. So you can also find that on Spotify. So I'm still doing that traditional media stuff. It's not like I'm not doing those things, and I'm extremely blessed and I'm extremely, grateful for these privileges that I have. Nevertheless, having said that, we're always hoping na itong Meta, itong Deep Dive, itong Project Pilipinas, at of course, most importantly, itong RRM. Kung ano ba yung logo ng Cool Pals? Kanina may message ko si Mark, gawa rin tayo ng sarili natin logo ng RRM. Yung tatlo kaming kengkoy ni Ronald at saka Big R, Biggest R, tapos si Attorney Mark, yon RRM. Gawa kami ng RM na gano'n. Mukhang may pag-asa itong tandem na ito. Pansin ko talaga dito sa Pilipinas, mahilig ang tao talaga sa tandem. No? So this is the thing we're looking at. Yeah. Speaking of solo, as I said, I already have my solo show on One News TV5. I have my own solo, another project I'm working on also naman. Itong project, so far the name is like The Floor. Ano mga minimum? Gusto ko sana Bobo ba tayo yung project, pangalan ng project. But that's a different solo project. But ito naman guys, RRM naman ito. Diba? RRM naman ito and Project Pilipinas. So it's with Mark, with Ronald, and we hope to make it sure na na once every week, at least on Thursdays. Now, obviously, yung mga nakinig sa atin kahapon, including yung kaibigan natin dyan, si Mr. Isgira. Alright, okay, nakinig din sa atin kasi medyo pinagsabihan natin si Ronald, sir, baka naman nung araw na medyo tayo, hindi mo i-double cara yan. So, ayan, nag-clarify naman yung kabilang channel na hindi naman niya alam, gano'n. So, thanks sir for that clarification. So, sabi ko, para formalize na ito, gawin natin in studio na lang ito, once a week at least. And of course, once a week we can tape it, and then we can release many versions and episodes as we do. And more importantly, of course, there's also a chance for live audience, but not as much. I mean, if we really want big live audience, talaga Spotify event ang kailangan natin. So yun po yung effort natin. And of course, speaking of studio, of course, again, not being Ilocano, but obviously we're trying to find kasi ang alam ko, the rates are more competitive if regular yan at saka over the long run. Obviously, with the elections coming in soon, guys, may elections na, malapit na elections, we're hoping to have more guests. Mga people na kandidato, mga nag-iisip na gusto magkandidato, yung mga dating kandidato, yung mga magda-drop out, magda-drop in, ayan, kandidato from opposition, kandidato sa genuine opposition, kandidato sa gusto mag-administration, I don't know. Kausapin natin yan. Hindi ko alam sa mga Duterte, ibang usapan yan. But you get what I'm saying. So, we're hoping to do something more legit in studio. So, I really appreciate your support, guys. Through and through. And if, of course, you believe in our projects, feel free to send stickers, stars, whatever. Mayroon naman kayong QR code or whatever if you want to help. So, I really appreciate that. Thank you kay Periwinkle also for your support. So, I really appreciate, guys, because all of this support that you give, even little here and there, when you put it together, it makes it much more economic for us to do it production level. As you know naman, hindi naman mura yung edit and production and all. At the same time, I'm just so busy, I don't have time to edit these things, all of them on my own. So eventually talaga we have to have some sort of more professional setup. So thank you very much guys again dun sa mga sumuporta sa atin, tuloy-tuloy yung support. And of course, thanks to your support guys, true and true, dito sa past 7-8 years, etong mga walang yung bayaran na trolls, na-attack sa atin. Alright? Walang ya talaga. Kaya ano lang tayo, cool lang tayo guys. Cool lang tayo, 'di ba? Sila daming mga kembot, ekbang, gagawa ng kung ano, pretentious, pa-feeling expert scholar, pa-feeling gano'n, wala naman publication, wala naman legit na, no? Yung iba, professor pa daw sila, hindi naman nagtuturo sa university. I mean, mga gano'n, 'di ba? Mga kaekbangan diyan. At dami rin yung mga talagang mga trolls talaga na langya. So all these years, ganun lang tayo, chill lang tayo dyan. And of course, I always said, you have to show strength, you have to draw the line once in a while, and then you have to remind also yung mga ating mga kababayan, mga followers na palaban tayo and all of that. Alright, I don't want to say more because not worth our saliva, not worth our effort. Yung mga ibang low lives dyan, mga ibang langya dyan. But once in a while, we just have to remind everyone na, we're cognizant of things out there, and we're more than happy to call out nonsense. Unfortunately, may mga tao talaga naniniwala sa ganun, nauuto or worse, nabubudol. Hindi na natin problema yan. But I think karamihan ng tao ay nagising na sa katotohanan, no, in terms of talagang mga puro mga pretentious, mga dodgy scammer type yung mga nagiging bayaran na trolls na yan. But anyway, going back to this, guys. Let's talk a little bit about Olympics. Medyo mag-lighthearted naman tayo bago maging medyo heavy yung topic. Because as you know, as always, I try to cover, different things at the same time. All right? Different things at the same time. First part ng intervention natin tonight, quickly let's talk about Olympics. Obviously, one thing I found very interesting with the trend, with the memes I'm saying over the past 24 hours is itong Turkish Olympian na although hindi siya nag-gold, parang mas siya yung pinag-usapan kaysa na nag-gold. Di ba may expression na no one remembers the one who came second or something like that. Except dito, parang lahat naalala nila yung nag-silver medal. Parang hindi ko alam tuloy sino na gold medal sa edition na yun. Alam ko yung gold medal na isang babae na Korean na talagang pang Netflix yung dating talagang no, parang cold-hearted na bumaraga. Pero ito, sika talaga labas lang dito, wala man lang tingin-tingin, go lang ganun, di ba? So, sabi ko, effortless talaga si Kuya. So, apparently, it's not true na people don't remember who comes second. Apparently, sometimes the one that comes second, if you do it properly, you're even more remembered than the one who came first. So, at good vibes yan. There was a news headline in Europe, the hero that we didn't know we needed. Obviously, as you know, this is a very controversial Olympics. I don't wanna say more. Ayoko dumagdag dun sa kontrobersya, but alam niyo yung konteksto ng controversy na yan. Alright? I don't wanna get into that. There's also another big controversy right now dun sa boxing incident na may accusation ng iba na may there's at least one boxer there daw na my biological advantage daw. Now we can have a long debate about chromosomes, testosterone levels, etc. But as I said, hopefully there will be a proper legal, ethical discussion around fairness in sports. Fairness in sports, while taking into consideration also that there are also gonna be some exceptional medical cases, in terms of certain people's chromosome and their physiology and biology among others. Now, I don't want to get into that debate. Mahabang usapan yan. But I think it's interesting that we're seeing a lot of open debate about itong issue na yan. Again, I don't want to get more into it. These are very minefield to mga topics na to. I don't think I'm as sharp at this hour. Mahaba yung araw natin. Mahaba rin yung gabi natin kahapon. I'm still recovering from a very heavy day or two. So, I don't want to get into that. But I would say, at least, good vibes tayo ngayon, almost universally, right? With etong si Mr. Cool ng Turkey, na hitman sa araw, catman sa gabi naman, di ba? Ang cute ng picture niya with his cat, no? And alam natin, pag sa Turkiya, yung mga ganyan bansa, ang dami mga cats. If you have been to Istanbul, you'll see those beautiful cats. A lot of them Persian cats, actually, all around Istanbul and all, and people being super nice and all with them. So, I'm glad that there are good vibes there, and I'm happy that ang dami rin ng mga memes na gano'n. Ito sabi talaga, itong meme talaga, gano'n yung mga trolls natin na kung anong ekbang-ekbang ginagawa. Pero puro mga kasablayan at kasyungan ng sinasabi sa buhay. So, chill lang tayo, guys. Chill lang tayo. Alright? Chill lang tayo dyan. Now, let me say a thing or two about Olympics as far as the Philippines is concerned. Obviously, as you can see, and there are also a lot of memes about, China number 1, Japan was number 1 the other day, Korea also there in top 10. Obviously, Asian countries are doing well. In fact, even yung mga mas mahihirap na Asian countries like North Korea, Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, ay nakaka-gold or silver medal na sila. Ang region na wala pang gold medal by day 6, although maybe my update na ngayon, is yung buong Southeast Asia. Kahit isa sa Southeast Asian countries ay wala pa rin medal at all, even bronze, di ba? Until kanina. So again, correct me if I'm wrong, if at this point there's an update, but nung chinek ko earlier this day, wala pa. And there are all of these memes about how by day 6, ganyan pa rin ng Southeast Asia. So, obviously, the state of sports in Southeast Asia is not very good. But I would argue that the state of sports in the Philippines is particularly bad. My best wishes dun sa contingent natin, which is relatively small compared to our population, right? You have countries that are 10 times smaller than the population but have even a bigger contingent. I think Singapore has bigger contingent than that, right? It is like, 20 times smaller than us in terms of population. So, dun pala nakikita natin na there's something not right. Now, again, we're hoping si EJ Whew! Hindi lang makamedal, pero gold. Because that would be really a vindication. Vindication. He's at least the second best in the world. But we will hope that we'll get another gold this Olympics because gold matters more than anything unless you're like that cool Turkish guy who kahit silver lang, okay lang kasi effortless lang sa kanya. There are also all of these memes about it, yung mga mahilig sa football, yung parang Ronaldo versus Messi. Si Ronaldo yung sobrang daming gadgets na magaling. Si Messi yung effortless pag busy. But anyway, going back to this guys, I think this is gonna be controversial, but I think I have to say it. Alright, I think I have to say it. Medyo nakakairita sa akin itong phenomenon na kung saan, okay, wala pa tayong medal. Alright? Ito ang ginagawa ng mga news channel natin is, hinahanap na lang kung sino may Filipino blood out there. Para sabihin na, like, what are we trying to say? Okay, like for instance, this guy. Alright, this guy is Olympian, si Jake Yarman, whatever. And then yung isang gymnastics yata na Amerikano na nanalo ng gold or something. Tapos meron siyang dugo ng Pilipino. Like, okay, what we're trying to say here? Okay, so what? Okay, may dugong Pinoy sila, but they're not representing the Philippines, right? They're not a product of the Philippine sports scene. They're not the product of our institutions. Of course, we're proud that they're people of Filipino blood, and sana hindi lang i-recognize lang, but essentially be open about it, express it. Sana naman speak Filipino a little bit. Kasi isa sa mga frustrations ko pag makamit ka ng mga half Japanese or half Vietnamese or half Indonesian or half Arab or whatever sa ibang bansa, they speak also the language, not only English or yung home country, but also yung mother tongue ng yung minority side nila. So whether Vietnamese, Japanese, pero marami kang mamimit ng Pilipino or may dugong Pinoy, wala, hindi marunong mag-Filipino at all. Right? Hindi marunong mga tapos yung iba naman medyo palaos na yung career, uwi na sa Pilipinas tapos matutunan dalawang words. Mabuhay po kayo, mga ganyan. Salamat po, mga ganyan. Tapos ayan na, Filipino na sila 100% and that's it, right? So honestly, I'm not sure this is a very healthy approach to things. Na pilitin na maghahanap na lang, sinong nanalo gold dyan? Or basta may Pinoy blood yan, sige, go. Like, but they don't represent our institutions and everything like that. And I'm not even sure these people were really open about their Filipino side as if 100%. Do you get what I'm saying? So honestly, you can see what are the words I can use, but I'd rather not say it. What are we trying to achieve here, right? Now, there's another layer to this, which is actually even more interesting. And here naman, in fairness, I see the point. So, of course, one of the things we have been doing during the Olympics, and we did that already, for instance, ginawa natin yan, for instance, dun sa football team natin is, maghanap tayo ng tao may Filipino heritage, and then let them compete under our flag. And there's this fantastic piece by Washington Post that looks at 3 Filipino-American gymnasts who suddenly had an opening to go to Olympics because, well, mukhang mahirap makapasok dun sa US Olympic team. Let's be honest. I mean, nakailan gold medal na yung US Olympic, di ba? Yung isa lang nilang star dun sa US Olympics, nakailan gold na, di ba? So, others naman, dahil may dugo silang Pinoy, pwede sila pumasok sa Olympics through the Philippines. Now, this case is a bit different because unlike the other case, these people are actually carrying our flag. Alright? Flag bearers sila. They represent the Philippines. Alright? They give us some chance. They give us some opening there. Now, this is an interesting case. You can still debate now, well, they're not necessarily representative of our institution, but for me, at the very least, they're representing the Philippine flag. And if they win anything, pasok yan sa ating nation. And it's a form of national glory. So I didn't have a big issue with us bringing Filipino Americans for a football team. Although, again, I see that as a stopgap measure. So kung in the meantime, medyo kulang ka sa domestic talent or domestic talent development, okay lang na medyo umasa ka dun sa international na may Filipino background. Hindi Philsham, yung totoo may Filipino background. But nevertheless, I will prefer us highlighting these people who are representing the Philippines than the other people who are, whatever. Like, sige, basta may Pinoy blood pilitin. I mean, like, again, there are words that come to your mind, but I'd rather not say. Alright? And then there's another layer to this. There's a third layer now, which is like, what on earth is going on here? People acting as if wala lang itong nangyari. Okay? Let's not forget, we lost an Olympian, not to US, not to France, not to Japan, not to some sports superpower. We lost one of our Olympians. This is in fencing, diba? Um, to a developing nation that happens to be even poorer than the Philippines and is from Africa. All right. Well, congratulations. Dun sa whatever country was able to essentially get our Olympian and compete for their side, right? Um, but ang point ko is the way the media in the Philippines is reacting to her case is parang nini-normalize ito. And for me, that's crazy. I mean, this is a tragedy. This is a travesty. I mean, that means, so are you saying okay lang sa atin? Normal lang sa atin na, we lose an Olympian, right? So obviously I'm talking about Maxine Esteban, diba? Who's competing under Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. I mean, people are just, like, you look at your media coverage, parang, oh, hi, ganyan, parang, no, this is a tragedy, all right? We lost an Olympian to Cote d'Ivoire, all right? That means pang fourth world. If we lose an Olympian who loves the Philippines, who competed for the Philippines, who made all this happen, but it looks like the situation was just so bad na sobrang fourth world yung situation natin. Iniwan pa tayo for a sub-Saharan country, right? Na mas mahirap pa sa atin, but happens to have at least the decency and competence to provide good resources for an Olympic or Olympian level athlete like Maxine Esteban. So for me, sobrang mali yung mga headlines at mali yung mga online na posts na nakita ko about this. Na first of all, rather than hating on her, I think we have to hate on, I don't like hate, but if you're gonna hate on anyone, you have to hate on the authorities and incompetent people who allowed us to reach a point whereby we're losing our Olympians. Konti-konti na nga lang yung Olympians natin na homegrown. Nag-import na nga tayo, di ba? We'll lose it pa to a developing country na poorer pa sa atin. So, ganyan ba ka-fourth world yung sports situation natin? I don't know many countries in the world whereby you have even a poorer country essentially hijacking or taking over your. So I just found that weird. This whole media craze over kung sino na lang Olympian basta may Filipino blood, 'di ba? Sige, pilitin pa. Sige lang. Push nyo lang 'yan. Parang yeah, okay, like great, fine, fantastic. But if the real thing for us is to make sure people who are competing for us, people, especially people who were raised here, who are products of our institution, na silang mananalo, di ba? O, ito pa, isa pa na naman nakita ko. Ito na naman. Yung mga basta na lang, parang ganyan. Parang, what are we trying to say here? Na okay lang na matalong Pilipinas, okay lang na mawawalan tayo ng mga athletes, basta may mga iba naman nanalo dyan na may dugong Pinoy, di ba? Like, honestly, again, what word comes to your mind? Right? Honestly. Again, I'd rather not say, but you can exactly know what anong tinutukoy natin. So, di ba? And then parang normalize natin na we're losing athletes pa to even far poorer countries, least developed countries. This is crazy, guys. This is really crazy. So I think we really have a wrong attitude to this. Instead of getting mad at our authorities, instead of stepping up to the plate, instead of doing something. Kaya nga sabi ko, actually medyo okay pa nga sa akin na kumukha tayo ng mga Pilipino na hindi siguro makapasok dun sa country of origin nila, pero may Filipino blood sila, pero pang Olympics level pa rin sila. Oh, parang, sige, pwede na yan. I mean, considering we need as many Olympians as possible, fine. Pero yung mga iba na parang nini-normalize na walan tayo, na parang wala lang, or i-emphasize kung sino-sino na lang na may Filipino blood, I mean, so what? Diba? I mean, so, this is depressing. This is really depressing. And until the previous Olympics, guys, isa lang tayo sa ilang bansa na lang na natitira nang wala pang gold medal. Now, obviously, you can just say it's just sports. No big deal. Sports lang naman yan. Yeah, but let's be honest. Look at the countries who are doing best, right? Top 10. They're all developed countries. And they're also countries with very strong institutions, very strong levels of management, right? Sige, China lang yung hindi developed country. But still, very developed ang China when it comes to sports and other things, right? Or manufacturing for that matter, right? Although they're still an upper middle income country. But for me kasi, your performance in sports is a reflection of your performance as a nation when it comes to institutions, when it comes to leadership, when it comes to prioritization. So, again, I'm trying to be careful here kasi medyo late na, baka madulas tayo, may sasabihin tayo, etc. But just, I think it also tells us something about yung culture of competitiveness natin. It tells us something about, you know, are we a country that really believes in excellence? Or are we a country that masyadong, puro na lang gusto na lang showbiz, mediocrity? Di ba? Sabi ko nga, isa mga problema na nakita ko sa bansa natin is itang culture ng mediocrity. Kung ano-ano na lang i-celebrate natin, kung ano-ano na natutuwa ng tao. Konting may itsura pa lang isa, pinaguguluhan na, as if naman may achievement yan sa buhay, pinaanak lang ng ganito. So I think there's just so our very poor performance in Olympics, with exceptions here and there. Again, I'm crossing my finger. We still have chance for one gold, but I'm telling you, tiny Azerbaijan na mas malaki pang Quezon City sa kanila, na hindi na mayaman na bansa, their per capita is actually almost the same as the Philippines, if not lower. They already have 2 gold medals. North Korea already has medals. And I won't be surprised North Korea will have multiple gold medals. Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, yung mga ganyan bansa. So I'm okay, yes, also Carlo, sorry about that. So I'm hoping for Carlo and okay, so dalawang inisip ko, siguro gold or silver. But I'm just saying, even if those two folks get much deserved gold and silver, we're still kicking way below our weight class. We're a country of 100 million people. Yun lang, guys. Alright? Okay, let me check the latest medal tally. Baka magagalit naman kayo. Now, dun sa mga syunga na nagsabi dati, hey, Richard, wag kang magsalita about basketball. Wala ka naman alam, blah, blah, blah. All I'm gonna say is you people have no idea about, the politics of sports, management about sports, how these things works, comparison with others. Well, last time I checked, in the medal, wala pa tayong wala. So ito yung latest na nakikita ko sa medal tally. China pa rin number 1, 12 gold. US 9 gold. Great Britain 9 gold. France 8 gold. Australia 8 gold. Japan 8 gold. Republic of Korea 6 gold. Italy 5 gold. Netherlands 4 gold. Canada 10 gold. Alright. New Zealand 2 gold. Romania 2 gold. Hong Kong, it's a city. 2 gold. 2 bronze. 4 medals in total. Azerbaijan 2 gold. Yun ang mention ko kanina. Kazakhstan, may 1 gold na. Uzbekistan, 1 gold. Kazakhstan, in fact, has 3 medals, 2 bronze. Uzbekistan, 1 bronze, 1 gold medal. I'm thinking kung meron pang Mongolia, naka-silver na. Tunisia, naka-silver na. India, 3 bronze. Well, India, given their population also, they should be doing. Moldova. Alam niyo ba saan ang Moldova? Ako alam ko. But you know what I'm saying? Like, this is like super tiny. Tajikistan, may 1 bronze. Mukhang wala pa sa ASEAN. I don't see any ASEAN country here. Magda-day 7 na. North Korea, 2 silver. So, I'm just saying you, may problema talaga tayo sa ASEAN. Considering in ASEAN, you have a country as big as Vietnam, pretty fast developing country. You have country as big as Indonesia, 300 million almost. But in the Philippines also, guys, we're more than 100 million people. At hanggang ngayon, we still have to get a single medal. Again, I'm hoping for the best, but I'm just saying, medyo tayo, guys. Let's get real. Alright, let's get real. And I hope we end this culture of mediocrity or yung desperate quest for validation, hugot na lang tayo dito and there. And all of that is really depressing to me, guys. Really, really depressing to me. Okay, anyway, still, having said that, I wish the best and I hope we move in the right direction in the coming days. And I'm, fingers crossed, 2 gold is not totally impossible. And several medals is still very possible. Sa boxing rin yata, di ba? Nakalampas na sa quarterfinals isang fighters natin. So, anyway, I'm not giving up, but I'm just saying we could do so much better if only lang, di ba? There's sufficient kind of level of investments and all of that. Yun lang, medyo nakakadismaya lang. The only, hindi naman good thing is, well, at least may company tayo na much of ASEAN also is in the same situation. But I won't be surprised yung Singapore yung iba, or especially Thailand, if not Vietnam, also on the side, might also get something along the way. But anyway, now let's transition to other things. Balik naman tayo sa politics. Sasabihin na si Richard, wala ka naman alam sa ganyan. Yan naman yung mga nakita lang nila ganito, akala nila. Ano. Okay, anyway. Pag-usapan natin to, guys. Okay, ayusin ko lang to. 1 second. Okay. Hi. At least, wala tayong sinabi. Baka madulas tayo.